taking some new photos in the Los Angeles area. She told him that she worked hard and was proud of what she did, but that she couldn't go on accepting the kind of roles imposed by 20th Century Fox without the public growing tired of her. Milton told her that he agreed, and that when the time came, if she so wished, he would help her change her life. Back to real life. More photographers. And the same old Marilyn look, the same old Marilyn smile, and the astonishing ability to be just where others expected her to be. Yet, looking at Milton Green's photos, we can see how far away from all that Marilyn really was. In fact, her anger towards the studios was growing all the time. She no longer identified herself with this actress. She was an idol to all, but her salary, by Hollywood standards, was derisory, and out of all proportion to the profits she generated. Meeting Milton Green proved in a way to be her emancipation. On the 9th of September 1954, Marilyn went to New York to film the exterior shots for Billy Wilder's film, The 7-Year Itch. She honored her commitments with as much grace as she could muster, but her mind was made up. It's hard today to appreciate the courage it took to do what she decided to do and leave Hollywood. She was willing to try what no star had ever dared to do before. Go to the other end of the country and start again from scratch. Everything had now become unbearable to her, beginning with the new screenplay she was given to read. Milton found a team of lawyers who pored over the contracts she had signed with 20th Century Fox. They were riddled with errors, which she would soon exploit. Hereafter, she would speak of her fight with the studios, explaining to her friends that it was not about money, but about the defense of human rights.
Oh, he was telling me about my tax deductions, I don't know what. I don't know about that. I only know I want to be wonderful.
I'm tired of being known as the girl with the shape. I want to show them that I can act, and act well. This may have been what she was thinking as she hugged herself in her lucky white bathrobe. Yet she never stopped playing at being Marilyn, without complexes and without effort. She quite obviously still loved it. I was born a Gemini, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. 2 people in one. To tell the truth, I'm probably more than just 2.
I think there's 2 things in human beings that they, as I think there is in myself.
Marilyn's career lasted 16 years. 1954 was the turning point. 24 films before and only 5 after. Fatigue, depression, boredom, perhaps. But could it not also be a direct consequence of her definitive farewell to Hollywood's vision of her? The day following her arrival in New York, Marilyn hurried over to Milton Green. A rental costume was ready for her, too small. Depending on her mood, on her anxieties, but also on what she was doing to herself with alcohol and drugs, her weight would fluctuate wildly. But thanks to the genius of both photographer and subject, these photographs of a Degas-style ballerina soon drive away all thoughts of the imperfections of reality. In an extraordinary moment of epiphany, a new, touchingly tender Marilyn had taken wing. a Marilyn freed from her sex symbol image, a Marilyn who henceforth wanted to be spoken to as equal to equal, a Marilyn who rejected partial happiness, claiming her share of immortality. Fame will go by, she said, and so long I've had you, fame. I've always known it was fickle, so at least it's something I experienced. Marilyn returned to Los Angeles once the film was finished. Before splitting up with Hollywood, there were still a few knots that had to be untied. On the 6th of October 1954, 8 months after marrying him, Marilyn divorced Joe DiMaggio. She cited the serious anxiety and mental cruelty that she had suffered. She could as easily have brought up a few instances of physical violence. Joe was about as gentle as he was talkative. Marilyn would say, not without humor, "In the days of the silent movies, me and Joe would have made a great couple." A month later, she was hospitalized. Since her teens, her stomach had been causing her trouble. Miscarriages, suicide attempts, depression. All her life, Marilyn gave her body to medicine in the same way she gave it to the cinema.
Well, I was just sitting here. You bring out the devil.
On the 23rd of December 1954, just before Christmas, Marilyn, incognito, in a brunette wig and dark glasses, flew from Los Angeles Airport to New York, using the cheeky pseudonym Zelda Zonk. Since 1947, she had belonged body and soul to 20th Century Fox. Milton Green took her off to another planet. He wanted to make her a queen, but with a less artificial throne than those of Hollywood comedies. Marilyn loved his ingenuity. Not being part of the system, he knew nothing about being a producer, but he was very ambitious. In fact, they were very much alike. She wanted to become a real actress, and he didn't want to remain just a photographer. Staying with the Greens, Marilyn soon became auntie to their one-year-old son, Josh. She fed him, bathed him, and on New Year's Eve, it was she who babysat while his parents went out. New York fascinated Marilyn. She'd never really seen snow before, nor watched the seasons change. About the Greens, she said, "They're the only real family I've ever known." Milton's wife, Amy, felt that there was some sort of secret bond between Marilyn and her husband from which she was excluded. Marilyn had never been so sure of her own beauty.